Hi, this is Mel and this is Beauty Skin Finds, and if you're here, I do appreciate you stopping by. So before we get started, if you could please like and subscribe to this channel because your support is much needed and appreciated. So in today's video, we're going to be doing like a little mini spa treatments. I'm going to be putting eye patches under my eyes, and while those are going, I'm going to show you if you wanted to attempt at home eyebrow tinting and wax removal. This is something I've been doing for years and years and years, ever since I've had kids. My oldest, she's 11. I've been doing a lot of these things at home just out of convenience, and also a nice added perk is that it saves money. So I have not been stressing over these things while we've all been kind of quarantining and everything like that, because I've been used to doing these things on my own. Now, if you want to go get these things done, by all means, no judgments or anything like that. But, just what happens if you last minute some plans came up, or, when we start traveling again and you can't get fitted into or squeezed in to see someone to do your grooming needs. It's always handy and always a great idea to be able to do these things on your own. I just like the convenience of being able to do this. And again, like I said, it's great because it saves on money and it frees me up to be able to buy other things like clothes and shoes and makeup and things. So let me show you. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to show you the two eye patch products. I've never used either one. So we're going to do one on each eye because they both are gold eye patches. So I'm just curious to see which one works better. So this one is the Wonder Beauty Baggage Claim Gold Eye Masks. And this is 6 pairs for $25 at I believe, was this Sephora? I believe this one was at Sephora. And this one is, I believe I bought this from QVC, but it's still at Ulta now. So this is 30 eye patches. So it's a total of 60 patches. It's a set of 30, and this is $75. So if you were to get 30 of these, the price would be $125. 30 of these is $75. So this is definitely, even as expensive as this is the Peter Thomas Roth 24 karat pure luxury lift and firm hydrogel eye patches. Okay, so this eye is worse. This is my drier. It's drier. I have more wrinkles, I think, because it's my driving side. So we're going to put the Wander Beauty ones on since they're the more expensive ones. I'm going to open these up. Again, I've never tried these. I've never tried either one. So this is how they look. Okay. I'm just gonna peel one off. I'm gonna look up above my mirror. I've never done eye patches before. I mean, I've bought them, clearly. I've just never used them before. Okay. This feels like really hydrating. I'm just gonna pull it down a little. There we go. I could feel it. It was a little uncomfortable. So before I put the other one in, I just am going to put the one I'm not using on. So what I'll do is next time I do these, I'll just do it on the opposite side. I'll switch. Like I'll do this one on that side in like a week. Okay, so the instructions are, it says apply onto clean, dry under eyes, which I had washed my face before this. Repeat on the other side, leave on for 10 to 15 minutes. Gently pat remaining serum into skin. So that was the Wander Beauty. And again, this is just, maybe I have it up a little too high. There we go. It's very, very hydrating. So this is the Peter Thomas Roth. And so you can use one at a time if that's what you wanted. So it does come with it did come with the spatula. I'm guessing. I'm like, these don't feel as hydrating, but we'll see what it does. I actually forgot that I had the camera rolling there for a minute, and I'm just like playing around over here. So it says that there's caffeine, hyaluronic acid, the gold, place onto, it says the same thing, apply onto clean, dry skin, relax and enjoy for 10 to 15 minutes, discard and pat the remaining serum. So those have the same instructions. Okay, so that's that. So now let's get to the hair dye. So this is what I use. I use the Revlon Color Silk hair dye. This is in the shade medium brown to do my eyebrows. I'm gonna move this one down a little too. I think if it's too close, it just feels like a little weird when I'm blinking. Okay. And I'd love to hear in the comments what's your favorite under eye patch. I use the eye serum from Skin Iceland, and they have eye patches as well that I'd like to try. And I think Peter Thomas Roth has, is it the Hydro eye patches that I think have even better reviews than these. Okay, so back to the eyebrows. I'm getting distracted with these eye patches. So I like the Revlon because it's $2.99 and it's fairly easy to find it. Target, Walgreens, CVS, Amazon you can get it from, so it's fairly accessible. So that's $2.99, and the wax that I use, this does not have great reviews, but I've been using this wax for years and I really like it. So this is just what I use personally and what I find works best. Sally Hansen microwavable eyebrow, face, and lip wax. So you just put the whole thing in the microwave. You use it, and then once I rip it off, I throw it out. So this is $7. So between, or maybe it's $6. So this is under $10 for this whole thing, and this lasts you a really, really long time. So I'm actually gonna go with dark brown today because I just, my eyebrows are much lighter here, and I only leave it on for about 5-10 minutes anyway. So what you do is, you take this and you take this and you put equal amounts. And what I did is I just cut up, like I had a small Dixie bowl here, just a paper bowl, and I just use my hands actually to just trim around it. So I have like a little dish, because I just throw this out when I'm done. Now the best applicator for the hair dye I find is a spoolie. So that's why I like to trim down the bowl, because otherwise I can't, it's hard to get in here. If you have like the high ends of a bowl, it's hard to like dig in to get the hair dye. So I'm gonna brush our brows. This I find just over the years of dyeing my own eyebrows, trying different techniques, this works the best. I love the fact that I thought of doing this, and it has been a lifesaver ever since. So I'm just gonna open the developer up and just place a little bit in there. And this is the color. And whenever you get hair dye, I would always just double check the color against the box. I've never had it be a different color, but it's not something bad to try. You never know if someone accidentally put the wrong color. So just a little word of advice. And then I just poured the color in. I just take Q-tips and I use that to mix it up. Sorry, let me show you here. It's hard to just, I can't move this too far because then, there we go. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna take my spoolie, and as you can see, I'm just taking up the product. Okay, and I'm gonna wipe a little off because you only need, let's see if you can see this. It's just coating a little bit on one side. And I like to start at the ends of my brows first because that's where I need more color. So I actually do from midway through my brow, like where the arch is, to the ends first. And I leave that on for about 5 minutes before I even do the front. Okay? You just take small amounts, especially since we're working towards the ends of the brows. I want to actually just do a close-up. You can see where the brow growth is. So I did film this about 2 months ago, and my cell phone, at the time I did not have a video card in, or a memory card I should say, and so I kept running out of space, so it kept chopping up my videos when I was doing it, and that was the last time. So it's been 2 months, so I'm just gonna go in for you just take little bits at a time. You can always make more if you need to. And I just use it to just comb it into the brows. Just like that. Now, if you do your own eyebrows, I would love to hear, what products you use. But these are the ones that I've been using for years, so in my opinion, these are tried and true that I really enjoy, that I can always find. Okay, and if you ever find that maybe you went a little too heavy-handed, you could just take a damp Q-tip and just clean it up. What I like to do also is I like to just go against the brow just to make sure, especially towards the end, that those hairs are coated. And what I did in the last video, now that I'm just thinking about it now, I went to film this video yesterday, and I use a Ricky lighted mirror, and even though I had charged it the night before that, it still wasn't working yesterday. I guess the plug I used wasn't working, so I thought it was working, it wasn't working, so I went to do this yesterday, and then today when I went to do it, you'll see when we get to the waxing, normally they look like popsicle sticks, but very slim popsicle sticks that I bought at a craft store, and that's what I use to apply the wax. I went crazy looking for them. I know I had like a whole baggie full of them. I went looking in my bathroom, which is where I film and where I kept the hair dye. I went in my closet, in my makeup area, and I could not find it. So I spent like an hour going crazy looking for what I use, these little like they're slim popsicle sticks. Crafts, they're really meant for crafts, and I could not find them. So it was just very hectic trying to, do this video for the second day in a row. So what I did in the first video, and what actually is another great tip, is it's great to outline your brows, to fill your brows in with the desired shape that you want, especially if you're doing this for the first time and you're unsure of what you want to do. If you do the outline of your brows, like you could see like the difference between where it's like colored over here versus like the hair. You could see all this hair is what I'm going to end up waxing. So if you're not sure, you don't want to, obviously you wouldn't want to darken these hairs because this hair is going to be gone. Excuse me, it's going to be gone soon, and you don't want your skin to be darkened. So that is an excellent tip for someone who's a newbie at this, or just even if you are experienced. That's really what I should have done. I wasn't thinking, like I said, I've just been a little scattered, just trying to get this done for the second day in a row, and I'm having issues. So that's been on for a few minutes now while I've been talking. So, and you can see it starts to darken up. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on the spoolie, and we're going to do the rest of the brows here. You know, when your front of the brow is like the end of the brow, you want to be careful. You don't want to put too much product on. You don't want it to look fake or unattractive. You know, and if you do this and you dye it and in a week from now it's too light, then you know what to do next time. So make sure you keep a mental note. Like I said, if you're a newbie at this, make sure you keep a mental note. Or like my phone, I have like a notes app. Make sure you just jot it down, because that way you know, if you are happy with it, what to do for next time. Okay, and that's when you can go over anything. Okay. Again, this is the easiest tool to use to do this, because it allows you to pick up a small amount of product if you want, and it allows you to just gently get that color distributed through your brows. And again, in the front, you could do the same thing. When you've applied everything and you have very little product, you can back comb it. And you know your problem areas. You know no two brows are the same. So like this brow has less hair in the front, so I want to make sure that that's nicely coated. This brow has like a patch right here, but that brow doesn't. So you know where your problem areas are. It's always better to err on the side of caution if this is your first time. Like I said, if the color isn't deep enough, you can always do it again a week later. But you can't, you know, make it get lighter if you go too dark. And naturally, just because you are doing this, you know, you are dyeing some of the hair, some of the skin behind the hair. So it is going to appear darker for the first few days. So once we return kind of to our normal lives and we start going out and we go back to events and things, I would not recommend doing this if you have a wedding or a birthday party or some event, a dinner. I wouldn't recommend doing this the day of or even the day before. I would definitely do this. Give yourself 3 days, at least 3 to 4 days before you have an event, just in case you need to touch it up, or just like I said, naturally it's going to be darker for the first few days than it will at any other point. So you do have to kind of do that in advance. This is not, you know, the day before you're going somewhere or you're going on vacation, you know, do this, prep for this in advance. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit for a few more minutes, and I'm gonna pause the video for now, and I'll come back when it's time to take off the hair dye. Okay, we're back now. Another thing that I wanted to mention that I realized I forgot again, I should have given myself some more time to like just chill out before I started the video, since I was so flustered trying to gather everything. And I know this looks crazy right now, but make sure you wear something dark, something you don't care about, because in case you get anything on you, if your bathroom countertop or wherever you're doing this is a porous material and it can get stained, make sure you cover it, because just even now I got some hair dye on my my countertop. It's laminate, but it still stains because it's dark. So just make sure you do those things. Another thing is make sure that you're prepared, that you have everything that you know that you need. So what I use to take this off is I just use beauty wipes. You don't have to use beauty wipes if you don't have them in your house. A damp paper towel, that works perfectly. Damp napkins. If you want to use a washcloth, that's perfectly fine too. I just happen to have these. I was given these from my sister-in-law. Her and my brother were living here in the States, but they had moved last year, so she gave me these beauty wipes, and I don't use them very often, so I still have them. So you go one direction, and then I just go the other direction just to make sure everything is gone. I'm just gonna get another clean wipe. Just make sure everything's gone. And you could see that it looked very scary. Looked very scary before. Okay, so this is what they look like. Yes, they're gonna be like slightly red. All right, so I'm gonna take these eye masks off. I just had washed my hands before this started. Okay, so the Peter Thomas Roth ones, there's definitely less serum underneath. Sorry, I'm so close. I'm just trying to look. I mean, my skin does feel hydrated on both sides. I mean, I did like the Peter Thomas Roth one. I felt like those went on, stayed on a little nicer, but I don't know if you could see there's like an outline of the Wander Beauty. I mean, both of my under eyes look hydrated, so the next thing I wanted to do was, I just got this, the Andalou Naturals Pumpkin Honey Glycolic Mask. So this, speaking of Peter Thomas Roth, I got this because this reminded me of the Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Exfoliator. If you are not a fan of coarse physical exfoliators, but you like the idea of the benefits like pumpkin and hyaluronic acid, which are, you know, key ingredients, vitamin C, is definitely a brightening mask. I like physical exfoliants, so that was a 2-for-1 for me, but not everybody likes physical exfoliants, and the price is definitely more attractive. So they are both pumpkin, vitamin C, hyaluronic mask. This one also has glycolic acid. So this one is 1.7 ounces and it's $14.99. The Peter Thomas Roth, which I don't have right now, but I have bought several times, it's 5.1 ounces and it literally will last you a year. So while that one is $60, it definitely will last you a year. So you'll definitely get your money's worth. It's a fabulous product and I definitely would recommend that. It's something I would buy again for myself, but I figured before I do that, I wanted to try this one out. So if you were to buy 3 of these at 1.7 ounces, that would give you the 5.1 ounces to equal the Peter Thomas Roth size, and that would be $45. So $45 versus $60 for the Peter Thomas Roth. And this is not a physical exfoliant. This is chemical exfoliant because this has vitamin C. I'm sorry, not vitamin C. This has glycolic acid. And it smells just like the Peter Thomas Roth one. So it says apply evenly to clean skin, leave for 10 to 20 minutes. And so this is what, I just took some of them off the top lid. This literally looks and smells just like the Peter Thomas Roth one. I'm not putting it on, since it has glycolic acid, I am gonna put it here, but I'm not going any further. That's why I took off the eye mask, because I did want to at least get into those areas. I did read the reviews on this, and some people really loved it, and some people said that it burned their skin. I use glycolic acid, and I like a little bit of burn, actually, so that wouldn't bother me, but so far I feel nothing. And what you could do is, if you really love this, and let's just say, you know, you wanted to use this product, but you like a physical exfoliant too. Well, first of all, you don't really need to combine the two because this already has the glycolic acid, but let's just say you wanted to. You can take a sugar scrub that has no AHAs or BHAs in it, and you can mix a little bit of that to give you the exfoliant. You can add sugar yourself to this. I would take some out, mix some sugar in, and you can make your own scrub if that's what you wanted to do, if you wanted that physical exfoliant too, because there are physical exfoliants that do have, you know, glycolic acid in it as well. Okay, so this is like, it's a little tacky, but it's a mask. I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to put on, but I'm just gonna put on a little bit more, just more so here. In like the T-zone area. Okay, so while that's going, we are going to take care of our eyebrows. Now, before we go any further, make sure you wash this. And what I do is I put everything back in the box. The hair dye, the spoolie, especially this, you end up losing them. Make sure you put everything back in your box so you know where everything is. I wish I would have put some of the some of the wood spatulas in there as well, because then I would have been able to have some. I am starting to feel my face tingling right now, but it's more of a mild tingle. It's nothing that is bothersome. My face is not turning red or anything crazy. It might be a little pink, but think about it. When you do a physical scrub or you do a mask, your face can get a little bit of pink. It's blood flow coming. I don't have sensitive skin. If you have sensitive skin, then you may have some more severe stinging. But I don't have sensitive skin. This does have glycolic acid, but it's not one of the top ingredients. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's the 12th ingredient, I believe. So it's not even like it's that high up. So it has pumpkin, aloe vera, purified water, vegetable glycerin, manuka honey, which is a very expensive product. And this was on sale. I think I got this for $10, which was even better. Okay, so now comes the wax. So you need to microwave this. So I'm upstairs right now, so I need to go downstairs where my kitchen is and my microwave. So I'm going to pause the video to heat this up and be right back. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes now, and this has dried down. I mean, I can move my face, but it does feel slightly tight, not where I feel like I can't smile or it's restrictive. So I microwaved my wax, and everyone's microwave is different, so you'd really just have to feel it out. And normally, again, I use thin, like popsicle sticks. They're craft sticks, and that's what I usually use, but I couldn't find mine. So we're improvising. It was this or nothing. So just put the wax on like that. And I put this side on first so it would be dry already. And you just pull back. And I just use my thumb just to get a little hold. And you rip away. And then, not sure if you can see the camera. It's picking up, but I don't know if you could see it, but my hairs, some of the hairs are gone. And you just go with whatever desired shape. And again, this is where filling in your brows would come in handy. Because yes, so I'm pulling this back here so it's taut and ripping. And so, okay, also another thing, I got some hair dye on my nails. So you could also wear gloves. You may not be able to see, but there's hair on there and you can see just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up doing my eyebrows. I'm going to rinse my face and we'll be back to wrap up this video. Okay, so this is my face. I washed it off. So my verdict on the pumpkin mask, I did enjoy it. So this is it right here. I did enjoy it. It had a slight tingle, nothing too crazy. My brows, I waxed them. Another pointer for the wax is if it's your first time or even if you're not sure, make sure you put a little on the back of your hand first just to test and make sure it's not too hot before you go in for the delicate eye area. I rinsed that off. I waxed. Don't go overboard. If you're not sure, if your eyebrows, they're never going to be perfect. So what I do is I go back a day or two later, and if I need to touch up anything, I want to make one little area thinner, I do. So the last and final step, I just ordered this, the Honest Beauty Hydrogel Cream. It has 2 different types of hyaluronic acid. This was on sale at Ulta. I got it for less than, I think it was $15, 1.7 ounces. So I'm going to put that on my face. And that would be the last step. Just to hydrate the skin. I liked both of the eye masks. I'd say try them both. Look at the ingredient lists. If maybe you can't swing the $75 for the Peters Thomas World, even though that's a better deal, and you have rewards or things like that, try out the Sephora ones. So this is Mel from Beauty Skin Finds. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Take some time for yourself. This is the first time in months that I've done anything like this for myself, so it feels good to just take care of yourself. I hope that you're all well. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I'd love to hear your suggestions, what you're doing for your spa days, products that you're using, things that you're loving, suggestions, recommendations. What did you think of this? Were these tips helpful for you? If you've tried this, I'd love to hear how it worked out for you. Until we see each other again, bye-bye.